Hi everyone, my name's Paul. Welcome to my shop. I've always wanted to make one of those brass hammers, mallets with the stubby little handle, and I picked up this piece of brass at an estate sale some time ago, and that was my opportunity. So I took that to a buddy of mine's shop who has a mill, and I used a drill bit to drill through, a 1/2 inch drill bit, and then a 1/2 inch end mill to go an inch. So the hole going through the brass is 1/2 inch by 1 inch long. I've seen other videos where somebody will drill 2 holes going through and then use a coping or a fret saw and join those 2 holes and then use a file to smooth them out, but I had access to a mill, so I didn't need to do that. Next, I had to make the handle, and I thought walnut would look really nice with the brass, and so that's what I used. The first one blew apart towards the end, and so I had to start over, which is fine. I need the practice. And the second one turned out okay. I put the brass head on top of the handle and marked out where to cut my tenon. I think it's a tenon, and then I got to work with my carcass saw. The little shoulder here where it meets the head of the hammer, it looks terrible. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Maybe shorten it and put a radius in there so it meets it, or I could machine out the head so it sits flat. I didn't think about it too long. If I had to make another handle, that'd be fine. So I started hacking away at it with my spoke shaves, and I used the flat bottom one and the round bottom one just to see which one worked the best. They both worked pretty good. To round over the corners a small amount that I needed, I used a scraper, and then I finished it off with some sandpaper on a sanding sponge. Initially, I thought the brass was too high up on the handle, and as I carved it away, I was able to sink it down more and more, and I ended up cutting about an inch off of the top of the handle, so I think that's going to work better. The handle didn't fit perfectly inside the head, so I was going to have to do a little gap filling, so I used epoxy to glue it in place, and I used tabletop epoxy, and I just put some black mica powder in there to turn it black. I also taped everything up just to protect the brass from the epoxy. And here we are. So I'm going to take the tape off and start cleaning this up a bit. There was a little crack in it right there when I was driving the wedge in. I must have cracked it right through. I think it's partially filled with epoxy. I got most of the blue tape off, and there's a little bit of a epoxy that seeped through, but I'm going to put tung oil on this, and that'll blend in pretty well, I think. But I'm going to cut it right here and then use the disc sander to get close to the head of the hammer. I did some touch up with some sandpaper and some of the roll, up to about 600 grit on the brass part, but only to about 220, 240 on the walnut. So I'm just going to give it a coat of What I use on everything these days is just pure tung oil with thinned out a little bit with some citrus solvent. Takes a while to dry, but I'm in no hurry to get rid of anything. While that's drying for 10 minutes or so, I mentioned at the top of the video that I always wanted one, but in woodworking, I honestly don't know that I have a use for it. I've heard it referred to as a carving mallet, but there seems to be two camps in woodworking. If you have a wooden chisel, either you hit it with a wood mallet, so something softer most likely than the chisel handle, or people use this. I'm always in the camp of hitting it with something softer so it doesn't mark up the handle. I mean, it's supposedly a, it's a tool, but I like to keep it nice. So I would not use it for that. I would use this one I made on the lathe, and this is dogwood from out front. I've got a dogwood tree that's dying, so I've been cutting it up slowly, and it's beautiful wood to turn. So I have an idea to make this one better, though, because I don't like the shape. Although you also have Japanese chisels, and they have a ring around the top, which supposedly is for the purpose of being able to hit it with a steel hammer, and that keeps the fibers together, keeps it from mushrooming out. So it's meant to be hit with a steel hammer, so I have that for that. Mostly in my shop, I will use a dead blow hammer if I'm knocking two pieces together. I suppose I would use this if I put a piece of wood on top of like dovetails and I want to knock them together or something. I put a piece of wood on top and hit it with that so that I wouldn't dent the wood. I never hit the wood or anything that I'm doing with something harder than it is because I don't want to take dents out. Here's the other thing about this mallet. It's really heavy. Again, if it's for carving, yeah, you want a bit of weight to it. And I think when I used the spoke shave to put the flats on there to get the head down further, it gave me some nice flat areas there to like put your thumb on to hit. So that'd be really nice. But again, I'm not going to hit wood handles with it. It's been a few minutes, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a wipe down. It is beautiful. Do you have one? Do you use it for something? I don't know if I'm going to use it. Like I said, I just wanted one, and maybe I'll use it. I'll let you know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Let me know what you would use it on. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.